Hey, it's the morning. We're all packed up, about ready to leave, and I realized I didn't film much. And I had such a good time just tuning out and enjoying people that I didn't film much of the hang. But I'm still posting this video because there's some stuff from Dutch that I got that you can see that's new. And yeah, why not? Anyway, so it's a shortened abridged of the MAHHA. Had a great time. Cannot wait to come back in the fall. It's a gorgeous day. It's Friday, and I'm heading up to Pine Grove Furnace. I'm attending my first hammock hang, like a big group hang. It's going to be great. It's the MAHHA. For you hammock hangers watching, I'm sure you know about it. The Mid-Atlantic Hammock Hangers Association. It's going to be about 100 people there. I'm super pumped. I got to tell you, I'm a total hammock convert. In my last video, my overnighter I did with my buddy Jamie, and I was talking about tossing around, getting into hammocks. I ended up splurging, and I'll interlace some pictures here. I went to Dutch in Lancaster and got a little tutorial by him, and also by Caroline. And I got all set up with a chameleon hammock with the sidecar. I got the integrated sidecar mesh. And then I got a war bonnet mini fly tarp and some other little neat things. Now for tonight, I picked up some Ridgeline party lights. So we'll be putting that up. I'm just super excited. I feel like I'm getting all the particulars out of the way on the drive up. And oh my God, look at my chins. I was working out so hard over the winter. I was dropping the LBs. Life was good, and then bam, schedule change at work totally threw me off. Of course, I'm blaming it on work. I mean, that's, why accept personal responsibility? But yeah, no, seriously. I mean, and then on top of that, just the winter wouldn't end. Oh, it's just horrible. So, it looks like I'm not getting into a Speedo this year, folks. I'm probably best. And, oh yeah, hey, check out my shirt. I just joined the middle-aged man I hike on weekend starter pack clothing list. So I got the Columbia sun shirt. And look, I'm not gonna lie, this thing is awesome. Go out and buy one. I'm filming, and here's Jamie. We're about ready to hang. We're walking around like we know what we're doing. We're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hang right here, and but we're gonna hang up. Just met a hilarious dude named Bob. I'm gonna try him. He just did a full 20-minute stand-up routine, and but anyways, we're gonna get hung up, and we'll be back. Okay, so about ready to set up. This is the Dutchware Chameleon. Now the sack here is called the Shell Sack by Sheltowee Hammock Company, and what's cool about it, it's a separate pouch to store your tree straps, and it doesn't mix with your hammock, so you can store everything all together. But if the tree straps get full of sap, or if they're wet or dirty or whatnot, you don't have to worry about it getting in your hammock. So it's kind of cool. So Dutch has the new print fabrics. This is one of them that's really cool looking. All right, so Dutch has the print to fabric. So there's all different types of printed fabrics you can choose from. And he's got a couple set up, so we'll take a look. Those are burgers, and they look delicious. It's a burger tarp. And a burger under quilt. And this is a winter top cover for a chameleon. That's so cool. I'm hungry for a burger now. Outdoor scene, very nice. Okay, now this is the other side of that four scene I just showed you. That is so cool. Ivy print. Hey, good morning. Just had a great breakfast that Dutch put on. French toast, pancakes, sausage, fresh fruit. It was great. And came back, and we're kind of tinkering with our hammocks now. And so it's interesting. Last night was my first true night sleeping out, and there's some definite differences between tenting and hammocking. And the first one is, I had the hardest time when I was a tenter. I had the hardest time finding a pillow that worked because I was a side sleeper. So I find one, the Big Sky International. I've done a review on it before, the Dream Sleeper. And so I find it's amazing for ground sleeping. And so I bring it out, I blow it up. I get in my tent last night and realize the height is so much. I was like this. So I did what pretty much I see everybody else do in hammocks. I grabbed the jacket, tucked it behind, and it was just perfect. So there's 2 ounces I can save right there off the pack weight. The second was, I have to tinker with my underquilt more and kind of diagonalize it, because I found that I had a couple cold spots. It's really neat too, when you have your underquilt on, you can completely feel it when you're off the underquilt and when you're on it. It's amazing how quickly your body warms when you make contact with the underquilt. So I thought that was pretty neat. Tarp works awesome. This is, and by the way, if I look green, it's because the sun's shining on the tarp. I got the War Bonnet Mini Fly. I really like it. I got it in porch mode now, so I can see out. Just spent an hour talking with the guys that bought Jacks Are Better. And super cool. I mean, just really neat. But here's something cool. They are working on an ultralight bridge hammock where the hammock and suspension and the bridge poles will weigh 1 pound. So you pair that with a Cuban fiber tarp and a bug net if you need it, and you're looking at a 2-pound system. Which is, I mean, for suspension and everything, I mean, that's fantastic. So it's kind of neat talking to them, and yeah, maybe a real big fan of them. It's just really cool to talk to them and see what they're doing. So here's my setup. I got it in porch mode. About ready to take it down. But these are the worm hooks, and they just have a little half hitch. And it's tied to shock cord. And you can undo these and take the shock cord and then flip the tarp on the other side and bring the shock cord down and just hook it on there. So you can have both sides. You can have one side fully flipped back and secured, and then you just leave the guy line and the stake in the ground. So now on this side, I got my party lights set up. But on this side, these have the mini storm doors, so I just have them flipped back here. Now coming around, there's a couple different configurations, but you can deploy them like this. Now I set this line up 2 different ways. One, I just made enough line so you can tie it around a tree. But in the event that that's not possible, I have a little micro line lock on the end, so I can actually stake it down if I needed to. I could stake it straight, down like that. So it gives me 2 options. Single skin, single piece snake skin for the tarp, goes right over. This is the polyester Dyneema straps with beetle buckle drip lines. This is my underquilt. It's synthetic. Interesting story about this. Somebody from a quote-unquote cottage company made it for me, and it turned out it was the pattern from Ripstop by the Roll. But oh well. And then I got a couple Ridgeline organizers. This is a Dutch one. This is the Hammock Gear one, which I really like. It's got 3 pockets, and then on the other side, it's got a room to hold a Kindle or something large, like my iPad there. And got a peak organizer up here. So I put my jacket up in here. Yeah. And oh, and then the sidecar. Let's come around. And there's the sidecar. So here's the sidecar. Just hangs down so you can reach in it from the inside and grab your stuff if you need it. It's really nice. But yeah, that's my setup. I like it. It's not. I tried to put thought into it, and I think it works real well. And we took it down to about 30 degrees last night, and I think I maxed out the limit of the underquilt. It was just right at the I'm too cold, but I still slept great. Okay, so what I did last night was pretty cold. So I've got this. This is a 50 degree operator series. Only weighs like freaking 9 ounces. And I didn't put it on last night because I thought it'd be fine. So I've got my full length underquilt there. I put this down where my feet are. And that's going to keep my feet warm tonight. So I'm excited. All right, and now we need to turn on the party. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. There's a party going on right here. All right. There's probably close to 80 hammocks. There's only about a dozen left.